So today hopefully we'll finish up sampling. We'll discuss about what are the factors that are affecting sampling, and possibly the errors that are occurring in sampling, as well as the problems with sampling. So first of all, coming to factors affecting sample size. Now, there are a number of factors that will affect sample size upon which you will, based on which you will choose your sample size, because there are a number of factors that are affecting your sample size. Some of them, first of all, include design. Okay, design effect. So specifically here we are talking about the study design. All right. Now the study design has a huge influence on the type of or the number of samples that you are about to take in, because think of it this way: a longitudinal study, a study which you are doing at different points of time, that will require a larger sample size when compared to cross-sectional studies, because longitudinal studies may lose subjects over a period of time. Because let us suppose you are checking the patient's condition, you have longitudinal study mein, you are checking a patient's condition at let's suppose in April, and later on sometime in July or September you are checking their condition again. In that situation what happens is, because it's a longitudinal study and you are only taking their condition at two times, मतलब आप अप्रैल में एक बार उनकी कंडीशन चेक कर रहे हैं, then again सितंबर में चेक कर रहे हैं. In between several things can happen. Maybe they become uninterested in the study, or maybe they are not able to attend the sampling and all of that. And essentially what will happen is, in that scenario, if you have a very small sample size, if several of them, let us suppose you have a sample size of 50 people, and 50 लोगों में से 10 people drop out, or 10 people are not able to attend the let's suppose post treatment effect, or let us suppose you started treatment in April or March, you check their condition in April and March, and you want to see the effects of that treatment in somewhere around September. So by September, that patient should be available and they should have taken drugs continuously. In that scenario, there is a chance that some people will drop out. Versus, let us suppose you had a sample size of 200 and उसमें से 10 लोग drop out हुए. Yeah, less than let's suppose a little more than 10. Let us suppose 20 people dropped out. Even if that is the scenario, you have a better chance. यहाँ पर 1/5 लोग बाहर निकल जा रहे हैं, यहाँ पर खाली 1/10 लोग बाहर निकल रहे हैं. So the percentage of people that you are left with to perform the experiment is much better. That is why if you are performing a longitudinal study, study design will play a big role. If you are performing a longitudinal study, it is very important so that your sample size to be big when compared to a cross sectional study. Cross sectional study में आप छोटा भी रखे तो फर्क नहीं पड़ता. अब एक टाइम पे करते रहे, इट विल नॉट मैटर एज मच. ठीक है, स्ट्रैटिफाइड सैम्पलिंग कर रहे या कोटा सैम्पलिंग कर रहे, समझो द सैम्पलिंग टेक्निक्स दैट वी आर डिस्कस्ड अर्लियर. ठीक है, दोज विल आल्सो रिक्वायर slightly bigger sample size, compared to they will allow you to use smaller sample size when compared to simple random sampling or convenient sampling. If you are employing stratified random sampling, or if you are employing quota sampling with your making quotas, in that scenario, let us suppose your sample size is small, तो वैसे sampling techniques use कर सकते हैं आप. You cannot imply that in case of simple random sampling या convenient sampling, because जो मिल रहा है आपको आप ले ले रहे हैं. In that scenario, simple random sampling में भी आप randomly select कर रहे हैं, convenient sampling में whoever is close to you are selecting. So in both of those scenarios, you have to make sure that your sample size is big. So depending on sampling and depending on the design that you are performing the experiment on, the way the number of people that you include in your sample will vary quite a lot. ठीक है, कभी छोटा कभी बड़ा, and based on what you are using, sample size change करना पड़ता. That is one factor. Then resources available. Now, a large sample size will definitely make sure that the result you get will be precise, because you are representing the population better. ठीक है, let us suppose आपका population 10,000 का है and आप sample लिए 1,000 का या 1,000 का लिए, let's suppose. तो यहाँ पर representation अच्छा आने का chance है. ठीक है, there is a good chance that those 1,000 will represent the 10,000. Instead, let us suppose you take only 10 people, representation will not be as good. ठीक है, you will not find all the characteristics of those 10,000 people in those 10 people. But the problem with the bigger sample size is that it will cost more. ठीक है, to just collect data from them, to run the experiment, to do all of the sampling and all of that, carry out the study itself with a larger sample size. Before doing that, you have to make sure as a researcher to uh, you have to make sure that there are sufficient resources. If you do not have enough resources, let us suppose आप data collect करने जा रहे हैं, ठीक है, and to collect data you need forms, ठीक है, certain amount of data that you want to collect. Let us suppose you are doing a study on um, suppose you are doing a study on weight fluctuations over the year in patients, ठीक है, what is the fluctuation in body weight over a year, in 1 year, what has been the fluctuation in body weight in different individuals, आप वो study कर रहे हैं. Now to just write down that information, let's suppose आप अलग अलग months की information लिख रहे हैं, Jan to December, 12 different months, and you are writing what was their weight in these different months. To write all of those down and to fill that data up, you need papers, ठीक है, तो वो भी रिसोर्स में काउंट होता, एंड यू नीड पीपल टू इंटरव्यू ऑल ऑफ दोस पीपल. लेट अस सपोज आप 1,000 लोगों से बात कर रहे हैं, वन पर्सन, वन रिसर्चर कैन नॉट डू दैट, ऑल ऑफ दैट, इट विल टेक अ लॉन्ग टाइम. So let us suppose you are employing 3 4 people to do that, or maybe you are employing 10 people, each of them will be taking care of 100 patients. So in that scenario you'll have to pay them. तो वो पूरा करने के लिए यू नीड रिसोर्सेस. अगर रिसोर्सेस अवेलेबल नहीं है तो सैम्पल साइज आपका बड़ा नहीं रख सकते. सैम्पल साइज बड़ा रहा तो आपके पास उतने रिसोर्सेस भी रहना चाहिए. देन नेचर ऑफ द स्टडी. नाउ see, so nature of the study essentially means if it is a small sample size, you can have an intensive longitudinal study which is successful. Okay, sometimes it can work, but for extensive one-time studies, large samples are required. ठीक है, आप एक ही बार स्टडी कर रहे हैं एक सैंपल को, लेट अस सपोज, तो आप सैंपल साइज जनरली बड़ा रखते हैं. क्रॉस सेक्शनल स्टडी कर रहे हैं या एक ही पॉइंट पे आप कुछ पर्टिकुलर फिनोमेना चेक कर रहे हैं, एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम व्हाट इज द कंडीशन ऑफ सो एंड सो group of patients, ठीक है, और let's suppose right now today on 13th April 2021, how many people in India have gotten vaccinated. So this is a study at one point in time. अभी आज के दिन कितने हुए वो मालूम करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. In that scenario you'll have to take a larger sample size. If you are doing a study for a longer period of time, generally the sample size will be smaller compared to at one point of time. Then sampling methods used, as I told you earlier, if you're using random sampling, in general, probabilistic type of sampling ज़्यादा अच्छी रहती है नॉन probability sampling से, because probability probabilistic type of sampling में आपका sample size छोटा रख सकते हैं, ठीक है. नॉन probabilistic में you are including everyone because you are not exactly selecting, how should I put it, uh, it will not be as intricate as probabilistic sampling. Probabilistic sampling में जैसा select करते हैं samples को, you are choosing it in such a way that they are better representative of the of the population. Probability में you are specifically making sure that your sample is representing the whole of the population. In non-probabilistic sampling you cannot do that, ठीक है. नॉन प्रोबेबिलिस्टिक सैम्पलिंग में आप जैसा सामने आ रहे लोग वैसा ले ले रहे, ठीक है. स्नोबॉल सैम्पलिंग ले लो या वट एवर डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ सैम्पलिंग मेथड यू यूज. In this scenario what happens is, because you are not going through probability, you are creating quotas maybe, or you are doing consecutive sampling or convenience sampling, जो सामने आ रहा है उनको ले लेते हैं आप, ठीक है. So in that scenario sample size will become much more bigger. नॉन प्रोबेबिलिस्टिक सैम्पलिंग में अगर प्रोबेबिलिस्टिक सैम्पलिंग कर रहे हैं तो आप छोटा रख सकते हैं सैम्पल साइज, ठीक है. देन डिग्री ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस. Degree of confidence is essentially, uh, see, confidence essentially refers to our desire that we do not want any error beyond a certain limit, ठीक है. In your results that you will get, you want only a certain amount of error, you do not want more, any more than that. So for example, let us suppose if you need your degree of confidence to be 99% in one study, after you have performed the whole experiment or while you are performing the whole experiment, you want the degree of confidence to be 99%. If degree of confidence is 99%, it means that your error should not be more than 1%. ठीक है, इसका मतलब अगर आपको एरर बहुत छोटा रखना है तो सैंपल साइज बड़ा रखना पड़ता। ठीक है, आपका सैंपल जितना ज्यादा बड़ा रहेगा पॉपुलेशन के नजदीक, उतना ही ज्यादा रिप्रेजेंटेटिव रहेगा एंड उतना ज्यादा एरर का चांस कम रहेगा, जनरली स्पीकिंग, नॉट ऑलवेज बट जनरली स्पीकिंग। इन दैट सिनेरियो डिग्री ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस विल आल्सो इंक्रीज। अगर आप डिग्री ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस बड़ा रखना चाह रहे हैं, सैंपल साइज बड़ा रहना पड़ता। ठीक है, जितना ज्यादा आपका डिग्री ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस रहेगा उतना ज्यादा सैंपल साइज रहेगा, एंड वाइस वर्सा। एरर जनरली ज्यादा रहता है विद स्मॉलर सैंपल साइजेस, especially if sampling is not done properly. Then lastly we have cooperation and attrition. ठीक है, cooperation and attrition, see attrition refers to a condition where people are initially willing to participate, but they will fail to continue participation and they finally leave the sample. Let us suppose you found about 50 different patients who were initially willing to be a part of your sample. ठीक है, whatever experiment you are running in a hospital, let us suppose, and initially they were fine with it, they wanted to be part of it. Later on they got discharged and let's suppose they went to their homes and all of that. Later on when you contact them, they might not be willing to come back to the hospital, they might be busy or whatever the reason is. Essentially they are initially becoming a part of the experiment and later on they are dropping out. That will affect your sample. Okay, the data that you are collecting at different points, in this scenario, because communication is not proper, especially agar communication both देर के बाद हो रहा, in the same scenario, let us suppose you were in contact with the patient throughout. मतलब let us suppose आप पहले patient के पास गए जनवरी में, when they got admitted, you spoke to them about their condition and you told them, I am running an experiment on the condition that you have, I want to include you in this experiment, would you be interested? Let us suppose they tell, okay, I'm interested, then you can include me in the experiment and so on. Let us suppose they were admitted from Jan to Feb and they got discharged in Feb, एंड आप एक लॉन्गिट्यूडनल स्टडी कर रहे हैं, वह जैन में आप उनकी कंडीशन चेक कर रहे हैं एंड देन अगेन मार्च में कंडीशन चेक कर रहे हैं आफ्टर 2 months. ठीक है, और आफ्टर 1 month. Now in this scenario it would have been better if you were in contact with the patient throughout. Okay, if you are in contact with all of these patients, there is a better chance that the patient will come back and they'll be part of your study. If let us suppose the communication has been completely lost or there is very less communication and you are contacting them after a long period of time, what will happen is there is a possibility of attrition. They might not be interested in coming back because they don't see any benefit, they're simply not interested. Okay, so sample size should be selected expecting such refusals, expecting attrition, because it can happen. Even if some persons are interested, they might simply not be available to come and maybe they are in a different city, maybe they have moved out, maybe they are busy with some exams or whatever the reason is. Okay, there is a possibility of attrition, so whenever you are selecting a sample size, account for attrition before you are selecting it. Okay. Some other factors that can affect your sample size include subgroup analysis and measurement factors. Subgroup analysis is essentially if you are testing an hypothesis for a population, but also for specific subgroups, then sample size should be very large. Example, um, let us suppose you want to study uh, an internet equipped library for nursing students. Let us suppose you are going into a nursing college and you are seeing one of their libraries, digital libraries, which is equipped with internet. उनकी एक digital library है जिसमें internet है. ठीक है, so you are essentially wanting to see how these nursing students are using that internet. ठीक है, and in that you are creating a subgroup. You are specifically interested in seeing how fourth year or final year students are using internet, what kind of research articles they are reading or what they are doing essentially on internet. तो इन दैट सिनारियो आपका सैम्पल साइज बहुत स्पेसिफिक रहना पड़ता है, सो एज टू मेक श्योर द रिप्रेजेंटेटिवनेस इज प्रॉपर, फोर्थ ईयर स्टूडेंट्स रिप्रेजेंट होना उसमें. ठीक है, आप स्पेशली सब ग्रुप क्रिएट कर रहे हैं, पहले आप बोल रहे हैं मैं एक नर्सिंग कॉलेज को जाता हूँ एंड वहां पर आई विल चेक देयर इंटरनेट यूसेज हैबिट्स, इंटरनेट यूसेज हैबिट्स. ठीक है, इन द डिजिटल लाइब्रेरी. inside their digital library. Let us suppose you have some library R or something like that, and you're going to the digital library and you're reading up on something. Now you not just want to see all nursing students, you specifically want to see final year students. Okay. In this scenario, yes, the subgroup here created is final year. So if you want to analyze this subgroup, you have to make sure that your sample size is big enough where your final year students are represented properly. अगर आप खाली nursing students को बोले, and maybe that the person who is working for you, if you just tell them pick up any nursing student who is part of the digital library, who is going to the digital library and using it, in that scenario maybe they find more people from first year second year rather than people from third year and fourth year. So यहाँ पर थोड़ा skew हो जाता result, because you already created a subgroup of final year because you want to look at final year specifically. अब दूसरों को भी देखना चाह रहे हैं, but final year students specifically कैसा use कर रहे हैं वो देखना चाह रहे हैं. In that scenario you have to tell that person who you are employing कि make sure that the representativeness is proper even from final year students. Equal representation आ रहा फाइनल ईयर स्टूडेंट से भी. ठीक है. एंड मेजरमेंट फैक्टर्स में एसेंशियली आते हैं डेटा कलेक्शन मेथड. ठीक है. आप जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट यूज कर रहे हैं डेटा कलेक्शन के लिए, अगर वो सेंसिटिव नहीं है, इफ देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ एरर in that measurement method or data collection method, you have to make sure that your sample size is big. अगर आपका measurement method, whatever way you are using to collect data, it is very precise, correct data आता, in that scenario then you can keep the sample size small. But if you know already that the data collection method that you are using includes a lot of errors, बहुत सारे errors हो सकते हैं data collection में, then you have to make sure the sample size is big, because what will happen is the more data that you get, the confidence interval will go up and slowly error ratio will go down. अगर छोटा सैंपल साइज है एंड आपका डेटा कलेक्शन मेथड भी उसमें एरर है समझो, उतना ही एरर बढ़ते जाता छोटे सैंपल साइज में. अगर आपका सैंपल साइज बड़ा है, सैंपल साइज जैसा बड़ा होते जा रहा, एरर का रेशियो कम होते जाता, बिकॉज यू आर गेटिंग मोर डेटा एंड यू आर गेटिंग मोर रिप्रेजेंटेटिवनेस फ्रॉम द पॉपुलेशन. लेट अस सपोज पॉपुलेशन आपकी 10,000 की है या 1 लाख की है, एंड इनिशियली यू सेलेक्टेड अ सैंपल साइज ऑफ 100 पीपल. इसमें से आपका डेटा कलेक्शन मेथड ओके ओके है एंड इसमें एरर रेशियो लेट अस सपोज 20% है. सो जितना भी आप डेटा कलेक्ट कर रहे हो उसमें से 20% डेटा एररनेस है, इट इज फॉल्टी, देयर इज समथिंग रॉन्ग विद दैट. अब ये अगर आप सैंपल साइज बढ़ा दिए 100 का 1000 कर दिए, दिस रेशियो विल गो डाउन. ठीक है. बिकॉज यू आर गोइंग टू a higher representation of the population. 100 might not be able to represent 1 lakh very well, but 1000 will be able to represent 1 lakh better than 100. ठीक है. 1000 people can represent 1 lakh people better when compared to 100 people. ठीक है. Because there is a chance that 100 people में उतने पूरे groups include नहीं हुए. For example, let's suppose हैदराबाद की population 1 lakh है. Let us suppose Hyderabad's population is 1 lakh, and in that 1 lakh you want to perform your experiment and you are only selecting 100 people to represent the whole of Hyderabad. ठीक है. तो you might not get everyone from Hyderabad's all communities. ठीक है. Equal representation नहीं आएगा, एरर का रेशियो ज्यादा हो सकता है अगर आप डेटा कलेक्शन कर रहे हैं जब. इंस्टेड अगर आप 1000 लोगों को लिए, instead of 100, let's suppose you take 1000, there is a better chance that you will be able to represent 1 lakh. ठीक है. तो जैसा आप सैंपल साइज बढ़ा रहे, रिप्रेजेंटेटिवनेस भी बढ़ जा रही, तो एरर का रेशियो कम हो जाता. ठीक है. So those will be included in measurement factors. Now when we talk about errors in general, there are two basic sampling errors that can occur whenever you are performing sampling. First one will be chance error. Chance error क्या है? This obviously occurs by chance. For example, someone, let's suppose Sushmita did a comparative study on malnutrition. ठीक है. In under 5-year-old children. ठीक है. She's taking two different cities. Let us suppose we have city A and city B. ठीक है. ये दो cities में what is the situation of malnutrition in children who are under 5 years of age? ठीक है. What is the situation of children who are under 5 years of age? How is their nutrition going? How many such children are malnutrition? ठीक है, आपको सिटी ए में से एक नंबर मिलता, सिटी बी में से एक नंबर मिलता। बट लेट अस सपोज अनफॉर्चुनेटली सिटी बी हैज अ लार्ज नंबर ऑफ स्लम dwellers. Let us suppose city B has more number of people, a lot of people who are living in slum area. तो यहाँ पर क्या होता, बिकॉज दैट सिटी बी हैज अ लार्ज पॉपुलेशन ऑफ slum dwellers, there will be a larger number of malnutrition children from B, which will skew your results, even though your results should not be as biased. यहाँ पर क्या होता, बिकॉज ऑफ अ चांस, ये चांस हो गया कि बी में ज्यादा एक एरिया है where there are a lot of slum dwellers, because of which what will happen is more number of malnutrition children can come from that area. तो essentially क्या होता है, यहाँ पर डेटा स्क्यू हो जा रहा, स्पेसिफिकली बिकॉज ऑफ दैट रीजन, बिकॉज वहां पर स्लम है, जो रिजल्ट आ रहा आपको वो स्क्यू हो जा रहा उसकी तरफ, बी की तरफ, वहां पर ज्यादा माल न्यूट्रिशन है बोल के बोलना पड़ रहा आपको. This might be because in general city B has less amount of nutrition for under 5-year-old children, or it can be because of that slum people. ठीक है, both of those reasons are because of that you will not get a precise answer. ठीक है, so that is essentially a chance error. Because of that chance your data is getting skewed or your results are getting skewed. Then second will be sampling bias. Sampling bias जो है, this is sampling bias is essentially a tendency to favor selection of a certain sample units. ठीक है, आपको लगता कि एक particular group of people are able to represent certain characteristics of the population better, that is why you are only taking from them. ठीक है, लेट अस सपोज आप हाँ, लेट अस सपोज आप हैदराबादी पॉपुलेशन को रिप्रेजेंट करना चाह रहे हैं. हाउ मेनी पीपल इन हैदराबाद गॉट वैक्सीनेटेड? लेट अस सपोज यू आर डूइंग अ स्टडी लाइक दैट. नाउ आप क्या कर रहे हैं, उसमें से लेट अस सपोज यू आर ओनली थिंकिंग मिडिल क्लास एंड हायर क्लास पीपल. आपको रिप्रेजेंटेशन अच्छा नहीं मिलता क्योंकि यू आर नॉट टेकिंग लोअर क्लास पीपल. देयर इज अ चांस, इकोनॉमिक ग्रुप्स बोल रहा हूं मैं, हायर इकोनॉमिक ग्रुप, मिडिल इकोनॉमिक ग्रुप एंड लोअर इकोनॉमिक ग्रुप. लोअर इकोनॉमिक ग्रुप में नहीं लिए अगर आप, if you, let's suppose you are only taking most people from higher and middle economic group, there is a higher chance that would have gotten vaccinated when compared to lower economic group. Maybe they did not get the information or they do not have the money to pay for that vaccine, whatever the case is. यहाँ पर सैम्पलिंग बायस हो जा रहा, बिकॉज आपको कन्वीनियंट है, आप मिडिल इकोनॉमिक ग्रुप एंड हायर इकोनॉमिक ग्रुप को ले रहे, but this does not represent the population of people in Hyderabad who are getting vaccinated. अगर आप इक्वली रिप्रेजेंट करना चाह रहे हैं तो हर एक तीनों ग्रुप में से इक्वल रिप्रेजेंटेशन लेना. दिस इज सैम्पलिंग बैस. यू नोइंग दैट, क्या क्या बोलते हैं, दिस इज अ लॉजिक दैट यू विल हैव टू पुट. दैट लॉजिक इज दैट हायर एंड मिडिल इकोनॉमिक ग्रुप विल हैव अ बेटर चांस ऑफ गेटिंग वैक्सीनेटेड व्हेन कंपेयर्ड टू लोअर इकोनॉमिक ग्रुप. तो लेट अस सपोज हायर इकोनॉमिक ग्रुप एक सिटी में इन हैदराबाद, दे आर 1000 पीपल हु आर हायर इकोनॉमिक ग्रुप, 1000 पीपल मिडिल इकोनॉमिक ग्रुप एंड 1000 लोअर इकोनॉमिक ग्रुप एग्जाम्पल. अब आप क्या कर रहे हैं, just to find out how many people got vaccinated, आप ज्यादा लोगा, let us suppose this is higher group, this is middle group and this is lower group, C is lower group. You are taking more people from A and B but you are taking few people from C. Okay, let us suppose you are taking 100 people from A and B but you are taking only 20 people from C, because of which what will happen is your results will get skewed. You cannot exactly tell कि देखो इतने लोग, इतने percentage of लोग what do you call vaccinate हुए. This will not give you proper results because you're creating sampling bias. You are specifically selecting people who are convenient for you. You have to make sure that everyone is getting equal participation and equal representation. तो हर एक में से आप 100 लेना. That is when sampling bias can be decreased. ठीक है, so that is an example. Now you can have different types of sampling bias. They can be self-selection bias, wherein uh, participants themselves have control whether or not they want to be included or participate in a study. या exclusion bias रह सकता है, where they are excluding, जैसा C group को exclude कर लिए थे, लो इनकम ग्रुप को जैसा एक्सक्लूड कर लिए थे वैसा एक्सक्लूड कर दे रहे. या फिर हेल्दी यूजर बायस. हेल्दी यूजर बायस में क्या हो रहा, आप सैंपल्स को सेलेक्ट कर रहे हैं विथ मोर लाइकलीहुड दैट healthier people when compared to general population. You are taking more healthier people when compared to general population. For example, let us suppose a sample is selected from students who take food from mess. There are two types of students. Let us suppose students hai, एंड एक स्कूल में दो टाइप ऑफ स्टूडेंट है. एक स्टूडेंट मेस में से ले रहा, ठीक है, मोर लाइक होम कुक्ड फूड, एंड some people are taking from canteen. Let's suppose this is junk food. Now, if you check the health of students, generally speaking, the health of students on an average who eat more from canteen will be worse when compared to people who eat from mess. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर बायस क्रिएट हो जा रहा है, हेल्दी यूजर बायस क्रिएट हो जा रहा. इवन इफ यू आर चेकिंग द, लेट्स सपोज, हेल्थ ऑफ हाई स्कूल स्टूडेंट्स इन अ स्कूल, ठीक है, एंड दैट स्कूल हैज बोथ मेस एंड कैंटीन, more people who are going into canteen will have a poorer health when compared to students who are taking from food from the mess. तो यहाँ पर हेल्दी यूजर बायस आ जा रहा. ठीक है, जो मेस से लेंगे उनका ऑब्वियसली हेल्थ कंपैरेटिवली बेटर रहेगा व्हेन कंपेयर टू पीपल हु आर ईटिंग मोर फ्रॉम जंक. ठीक है, तो आप स्पेसिफिकली मेंशन करना पड़ता, मेस में, खाली मेस में से लिए तो इतने स्टूडेंट्स हेल्दी है, खाली कैंटीन में से लिए तो इतने स्टूडेंट्स हेल्दी है. ठीक है, बिकॉज वी नो दैट देयर इज अ हायर लाइकलीहुड दैट पीपल हु आर ईटिंग फ्रॉम कैंटीन will be unhealthy when compared to people who are eating from mess. That is healthy user bias. That is also a type of sampling bias. ठीक है. Then finally coming to the problems of sampling, the final part of sampling. What will be included as problems of sampling that you will face whenever you are performing sampling? First of all, sampling errors. ठीक है, whenever you are performing there can be sampling errors which will deviate. ठीक है, depending on different behavior characteristic, बहुत सारे deviations आ जा सकते हैं. ठीक है, uh, and sample is essentially only a small subset of the population. No matter how much you want to represent it with the population, there will be some error. ठीक है, lack of sample representativeness. As I was saying, if the smaller the sample, generally sample representativeness उतना ही कम होते जाता. ठीक है, जितना ज्यादा हेट्रो जितना ज्यादा आपका छोटा सैंपल साइज रहेगा उतना ज्यादा हेट्रोजीनस होने का चांस रहता, होमोजीनस नहीं रहता, होमोजीनस टू द पॉपुलेशन, पॉपुलेशन के वैसा नहीं रहता. Difficulty in estimation of sample size, that can be a problem. Lack of knowledge about sampling process. If the researcher is not performing sampling process properly, let us suppose they don't know which method to employ in that sampling process, उधर problem हो सकता. Resources अगर नहीं है तो problem हो सकता. Cooperation नहीं है अगर sample participants से या आपके employees से या organization से, ठीक है, आपकी sampling बराबर नहीं होती. ठीक है, maybe some participants are not interested, later on, initially they told they are interested, later on they are telling they are not interested. यहाँ पर cooperation का error हो जा रहा. ठीक है, lack of proper sampling frame. If you are not getting enough data properly with sampling frame to run into, ठीक है, maybe the researcher is very, let's suppose, careless or callous. In that situation as well, sampling will not be proper. ठीक है, so there are a lot of problems with respect to sampling. These are some of them. There can be sampling errors, lack of representation, lack of, estimating proper sample size. You're not estimating the sample size correctly. You don't have knowledge about sampling process, what sampling method to use specifically, probabilistic use करना, non probabilistic use करना, कौन सी type की sampling use करना specifically, cooperation नहीं है या resources नहीं है. All of this will tie into problems with sampling. Okay, so with that we have discussed and completed sampling. In the next class we'll start methods of data collection. Okay.